Hey guys, so welcome back to today. I'm going to be doing another review for the book of Boba Fett, episode 5, chapter 5. So I've been hearing a lot through the day that this episode is going to be mostly about Din Djarin from the Mandalorian, which, you know, wearing this new shirt I got yesterday from Old Navy. I was like, I saw this shirt, I was like, I gotta get it. But I was like, yeah, so I heard it's mostly about the Mandalorian Din Djarin, and I was like, oh, okay. So apparently Boba doesn't really show up in this episode. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna see what's gonna happen and what's gonna progress for ourselves to experience this new episode of just being him, not just Boba. But I'll see why I watch it. But anyways, if you guys are just hopping in or just coming into the comedy show, if you guys are new or you guys are just returning, what I normally just do channel reactions, movie reviews for movies in theaters, or do movie reviews all on Disney Plus, Netflix, and sometimes I would do unboxing videos, gaming videos, and theory videos, and sometimes I would do theories, but once in a while I just haven't found any theories just to do. But yeah, that's normally what I do, and for further ado, guys, the episode is 51 minutes, and I'll catch you guys just a little soon, and then I'll give you all my honest opinions about episode 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. So I'll see you guys a little soon. Hey guys, so welcome back. So I have officially watched episode 5, chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. But I would have to say this would have to be a Mandalorian episode. So we didn't really actually see Boba Fett, but he was mentioned near the end of the episode. Now, the entire episode is about Din Djarin, and if you guys don't know who Din Djarin is, he's been in the Mandalorian, and we've seen the Mandalorian, and I've done a review for the Mandalorian. So if you guys want to go see that review, I'll put an annotation on the screen right over here for you guys, so you guys can check that out. I believe I did. Yeah, I did. So yeah, but anyways, guys, the episode was really good. So basically, for the entire episode of the Book of Boba Fett, of episode 5. Of what we know, so Din Djarin decided to go and do a job. He killed I don't know what kind of alien it was, but he decapitated a alien's head, and using the dark saber, because in the last episode of season 2, we remember how he challenged Moff Gideon to get the dark saber. And then at that point he was using the dark saber to attack his foes. So he was slowly learning how to use the weapon or the saber by chance. So he's still learning how to learn the ways how to use the dark saber, and he goes, and after he's done finishing this job. Now I think it's an Easter egg. I don't know if it is not an Easter egg, but where he went to was kind of interesting to drop off his bounty. But he didn't actually somewhat get. I think he did not really. But he didn't really get paid by doing that job bounty. But instead, I think he did take the payment because he left. He took the elevator down. And the place he went to drop off his payment. Now, don't get me wrong. I had a big, what the hell? So the spaceport he went to kind of looked like a Halo ring from the game Halo, and it looked like it was just like the whole ring-like thing he went on that was like a Halo ring, but it was just I think it's just like an entire spaceport or something, or like a civilization. But it was really cool. It was I was wondering, I wonder if Jon Favreau and the creators and the director who created this episode was like, we need to think of a cool place where he would go to do the bounties, and I guess they got the inspiration from Halo and put it into Star Wars. But it was kind of cool to see it was like a giant ring spaceport, and he was there just dropping off a bounty. But then so then after that he went to I remember her name by heart, but it's that Mandalorian lady that had that cool looking like helmet with the horns. She was technically, I think I'll just call her the Mandalorian Forge Master, because that's basically what she is, because she forges the Beskar into like armored pieces for Mando. So but yeah, so he went to her and asking to melt down the pure Beskar spear that he had on his back that he was given by was it Bo Gannon or something? No, I can't remember. But remember that, yeah, that long pure Beskar spear. He used that to melt it down in order to make something for a friend, and that friend being Grogu. And he really misses Grogu in this episode, and he really wants to go back and see him. I know, and he knows exactly why he can't go and see him, but I think he knows a way to go travel and actually go see Grogu. So he was able to mount down the spear and create something. I don't know what it was. The way that the Forge Master was, excuse me, was creating this thing, something to make him happy or whatever. It kind of looked like little pieces, like, I don't know, maybe it could be like a necklace. Maybe, yeah, it could be like a Beskar necklace. That'd be kind of cool. But I'm not sure for exactly. But after it was all tied up to like a little package, and he put it on himself. And then the Forge Master was training him how to use the Darksaber, which was kind of cool. So Din Djarin was having a bit of problems trying to use the weapon, but like when he turns it on, it was giving him a hard time to like swing it and swing at her. And then this one other dude apparently, basically this other heavy like Mandalorian dude apparently his ancestors from way back was the ones were actually they created the hilt for the Darksaber and actually forged it, and he would challenged Din in order to grab the saber from him so he could master the Darksaber, but he lost. So and then Din decided to like take the saber, and the Forge Master asked Din, "Did you ever take off your mask for any reason?" And she asked the same thing to the other guy, and he's like, "No, I didn't." And then he asked Mando, and he's like, "Yes, I did." And then she said, "Well, you're not a Mandalorian anymore." It's like, because it's the Mando code. You're not supposed to ever take off the helmet. But he did that for Grogu, because Grogu wanted to see his real face. But he broke the code. What was it? What did she say? The Merc? The Merc code? You broke the Merc? Or it started with an M. I can't remember what she said, but it started with a Merc. Something, I can't remember. It's some weird M name. But yeah, he basically broke the code, and then I think he finally, I don't know the proper way to say it. Maybe he got banished from not coming to see them anymore because the way how he acted in the last episode of, The Mandalorian Season 2. So I guess he can't go back to make, Beskar armor because now he did something like that. He can't go back and do stuff. So he has to fend for his own now because, the way how he acted. And now, then after he decided to like leave, take a transport to go to Tattooine, where Boba is, and he decided to go get himself a new ship, and we got to see this. Damn it, I can't remember her. You remember that lady that was trying to help Din from the season? I think it was during season 1 and 2. Remember that one girl from Tattooine that was like, trying to pay to like for like information, and then but she had the kind of like the somewhat, she didn't really have you guys know who I'm talking about. We got to see her again, and she's this like the Moss Eisley space lady girl. I can't remember her name by heart, but it's hard for me to remember names in the shows, and I only know a lot, just somewhat a few. But don't get me wrong if I don't know a lot. But yeah, so he went back to her, and he was still looking for another Razor Crest ship to fly around. And she recommended, it's like, why would you want to fly around a big bulky ship instead of just like downsizing to a smaller ship? So here's the big kicker: she offered him a better ship. It is a starfighter, but here's the big giant kicker: it's a Naboo starfighter. I was like, wait, that's the Naboo starfighter. It's like, oh my god. So she mentions like it's from the old Galactic Republic, and it's very old. It hasn't been seen for this very long time, and it was just so cool to see it like right there. It's like, oh, it just brought back a lot of memories from like episode 1. It was like, oh, and episode 2 as well, because it showed them in episode 2 and 1. But it was like, oh god, I was like, it was so cool to see that back on the screen. And at that point, he really wanted to convince her to get her a better ship. But during the time period, it was during like a few days, they were repairing the spacecraft, and he was able to make it into a way he wanted to. And she was able to like get really great parts to put it into the the starfighter, and make it like super fast, so he can like maneuver out of the way from like other enemy spaceships from shooting down on him. And like she was actually it went really really fast. Like he did a test run after they were finished, and he did mention about the droid socket in the starfighter. And she said, "It's like, well, I disabled it, and I got rid of the cockpit for the droid, so you don't have to have a droid in there anymore. So you can just do it. You can just drive it all on your own. So you don't have to depend on a R2 unit to fly you around, or co-pilot or anything like that." So that was kind of cool that she did that. And but yeah, so it looks pretty cool, and it was kind of cool actually. I saw a BD unit helping them build the Naboo starfighter. It was so cool. I was like, wait, that's a BD unit. That's a little Easter egg from the Fallen Order. That's like, that is great. So I'm wondering, I don't know if it's gonna be true or not. It'd be kind of cool if the Fallen Order is canon and a part of this in the Star Wars universe. Not sure for Zay, but speaking of which, Disney/LucasArts did just drop about 3 new Star Wars games coming out in the near future. One of them being The Fallen Order 2. So I don't know when exactly that game's going to be coming out, but I have beaten the first game, and it's really awesome. And I can't wait what the next story is going to be about. So stay tuned for that near future video when I actually do play the game and do a review for it. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool little Easter egg to see a BD unit, how big Dan to like build the spacecraft, and then after he was doing a test drive, and then rebels or rebels. The rebel officers pulled him over in space because he was going too fast. He flew over a transport cruiser. He was getting in trouble, and this one rebel officer that was trying to crush them. He was in the Mandalorian season 2. He was the one that saw the Razor Crest fly away from a situation. I can't remember which episode it was. He remembered Mando, but he was trying to ask him questions about that from back then. And then decided to like hit a button, and then he went like supernova, flying so fast away from them. It was so cool. He just went boop. I was like, oh, it was freaking great. But either way, after he parked the spacecraft back down at Tattooine in the spaceport area where that lady is, apparently a woman showed up in the hangar to see Din Djarin. And who would that be? Let's see. For the Shang. So Shang decided to show up and actually offer him a job to work with Boba. But what he said was, "No, I don't want to. I don't want these credits. I'll do it for free, but I need to go visit a friend." And that friend being Grogu. And then after that, the episode was over. So there really wasn't a lot happening for this entire episode, but there was a couple Easter eggs I did notice and I did like the BDD unit and the space and the Halo Spaceport, which was kind of like a really cool thing to see. Have a spot, having a sight on, and but yeah, the entire episode was really insane. I really loved it. It was so cool. I mean, I got to see like a lot of Easter eggs from like the first movie where Anakin Skywalker drove the Naboo starfighter to destroy the Trade Federation space stations up in space, and it was cool to see that. And then Mando decided to turn it into his own spacecraft. Although he's a little disappointed, he didn't want because he really wanted a razor. Yeah, the Razor ship or whatever. Yeah, god damn it. I'm getting too excited. But yeah, so he is finally going to, instead of having a Razorback ship, he decided to get his own feel for a new ship he can get comfortable with. And although he said that the controls are a little clunky, they're a little fidgety, but he said he's going to get used to flying the thing, which is going to be kind of cool to see from now on, because it's, oh, I love it, guys. Oh, and he's probably going to be doing more training for the Darksaber, learning how to use it. So that's one other thing I would like to see how he... I would like to see another episode where... I don't know if he... Maybe? Ooh. I just saw the theory, but I'm not going to mention it right now. But yeah, so I really liked it. It was a great episode. All I need to say was it was awesome. It was just all about Din Djarin, nothing about Boba. But all he said to like Shang was, "I will work for Boba, but I need to go do one thing. I need to go visit a friend," and that was it. So this episode was insane. I loved it, and wearing my new Mandalorian shirt that I got yesterday from Old Navy, and matching with my. Although, guys, yeah, I might have to mention this, but I am wearing Star Wars PJs right now. Yes. And it actually matches with the shirt, and I don't really care what you guys say about it, but it matches everything. See? We got Grogu, we got some, no writings down here. Yeah, and it's also comfortable. Okay? Yes, I'm in my pajama bottoms. Like, everybody out there probably does do their videos in their pajama bottoms because they're freaking comfy. And yes, Wes, you're probably going to criticize me when you see this, but who cares? But yeah, so for the rating for this episode, I think I'm just going to give it well, I really enjoyed it, and a lot of people were giving it great ratings for this episode, so I'm probably just going to give it a spot on 10 out of 10. Yep, I'm going to give it a spot on 10 out of 10. I loved it. It was great. It was awesome. And I can't wait what's going to happen for the next episode. So, I don't know if we're going to see Din Djarin again in the next episode. Maybe after he visits Grogu. Or or we probably will see him in the next episode doing his deed to go see Grogu. And then after, it will go back to Boba doing his side of the story for a little while, and then maybe Din would show up at the very end of the episode. It's like, okay, I have done my thing, I saw my friend, and what do you want me to do first? Boom! That's the next one for the episode 6. So we only got 2 more episodes to go until the show's over, and wow, I mean, oh god. Why does it have to be so short with episodes? But anyways, guys, that concludes it. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on the next episode next week on Wednesday. And I really love doing these reviews. I love nothing but Star Wars. Star Wars is my passion. Star Wars is my thing. I grew up with it, and I'm not gonna stop loving it. I love how Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are working their way to make these awesome shows. And after this one, I don't know what the next one's gonna be. But there has been hints about, there's going to be the Kenobi show, possibly maybe premiering on May 4th. So, let us hope if that's going to be true or not, because I would love to see that show come out on that day. Even though it's going to be coming out 2 days before my birthday. So, if that's the case, we can't wait. Well, so, for further ado, guys, what you guys on the world, what you guys, good afternoon, I'll catch you guys next time on the Minger Show.